Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, she's terrified. She's going to have to hear another one of Daddy's speeches. She hears them every single night. They are now considered by medical journals to be a proven cure for infant insomnia. And unfortunately, our little one is suffering with a terrible fever today, so she will not be able to stay for the entire ceremony. But she can't wait to watch it all on YouTube later on tonight. I want to thank, obviously, Anna and Valentina for their understanding and their compassion during the first year of Valentina's life, when I was consumed with the obligations of seeking re-election in the Carleton riding. I want to also thank my family in Calgary for making me who I am today. My mother Marlene, my father Don, my brother Patrick, and so many others who've been far away for far too long because of the all-consuming nature of this job. But without them, I would not be here. I want to thank all of you in this room and many others who can't be here with us today, who helped to make today possible. All of you are invited because you were an important part of this success. And it is an important time for the country. There's a lot happening. And it's easy to get pessimistic. You know, we have a resurgent separatist movement in Quebec, a new and unprecedented separatist movement in Alberta and Saskatchewan, a slowing national economy, a rising cost of living, mounting debt that future generations will have to bear. So what do we do with it all, is the question that many of you are now asking. Well, the answer is just as we've always done. We restore Parliament to its rightful 8-century-old purpose. And that purpose is simple: to restrain the power of government. We often forget that that is the reason Parliament was formed. Roughly 800 years ago, the people became exhausted with the conscriptions, taxations, confiscations, and arbitrary arrests of the Crown, and decided to start meeting in fields, green fields. That's why the House of Commons you just saw today is green, after all. And there the commoners set about to restrain the power of government, and the Crown, as it was then called, culminating 804 years ago with the meeting at Runnymede, where they forced the wretched King John, who you might know is one of the great villains in many of the Robin Hood movies and books, to sign the Magna Carta. The Great Charter, as it is known in English, actually doesn't ask the king to do much of anything. It asks him to stop doing certain things. Yes. Stop arrests without charge. Stop confiscation without compensation. Stop taxation without representation. Stop doing these things so that we, the common people, can be free to maximize our own potential and make our own decisions for ourselves. And it has been that role for Parliament for 800 years that it has allowed individuals through the generations to do great things and live great lives. And that is the purpose of Parliament. As Blaise Pascal is quoted as saying, "We concern ourselves with politics to mitigate the damage done by the madness of our rulers," if we can put it a little more dramatically. Now, that might seem all very dour, but it's not. Because when we limit the power of government, we maximize the power of people to work hard, make more with their lives, achieve their goals and their dreams. So often, we're told that government needs to dream big and do enormous things. We forget that everyday people have dreams that are big to them and that those dreams are the result of their hard work. Every time the government takes more from people, restricts their freedom, subtracts from their riches, it shrinks those dreams. And my goal here is the opposite of that, is to have small government so that we can have big citizens. That should be all of our goals here in Parliament. Now, it's ironic that there are 4 parties in Parliament that have come here to aggrandize the role of government. The Green Party, NDP, Bloc, and Liberals say basically the same thing. The government should make more rules, pass more restrictions, tell us what we must say and what we can't say, and take ever more of our money and our grandchildren's money to pay for it all. We as Conservatives believe in the opposite. We believe in the infinite human potential of individuals to get ahead by voluntarily exchanging work for wages, product for payment, investment for interest. That is the genius of the free market system that has allowed such a spectacular advancement in the human condition over the last several hundred years. And it's that hopeful, optimistic trajectory on which Conservatives would like to see our country, and indeed the whole world, continue. We will always remember that we are here to advance a meritocracy, not an aristocracy. That government is servant and not master. And that we are merely temporary servants lent the seat in the House of Commons only to be returned to them, either when we leave or when we are asked to leave at some point down the road. I'm not seeking that, by the way. But I want to conclude by thanking the people of Carleton, whom it has been my honor to serve for a decade and a half, where I've been reelected now 6 times. They have asked me once more to be their voice, and I pledge to them every day and in every way to remember that it is on their behalf that I act and in their interests that I work. I thank them again. I thank all of you, and I express infinite gratitude for having been a son of Canada, given the opportunity to serve in this way. Thank you very much.